let me set the stage. I had been talking with someone about Reuters. They gave me a call. They said, what do you know about Reuters? And, I started Benz pilling him on Reuters. The CIA's historical work with Reuters, everything about Reuters' work in recent years with the CIA and with British intelligence. And then I said, look, Reuters even gets government contracts. And he goes, what? They get government contracts? I said, yeah, they get a lot of government contracts. And it had been a while since I looked it up, so I'm on the phone with them. And I'm pulling up these contracts live. And these numbers were just bigger than I remembered. They were also from places that a lot of people would not necessarily expect to have government money to what's known as the major news wire around the world. Reuters and AP are the two major news wires that places like the New York Times or Toronto Star or Le Monde or the Frankfurt Allgemeine all over the world source their stories from. What's coming in from the wire, from Reuters or AP. At 4:04 a.m., before I go to bed, I fire off this tweet. It says, the Biden administration paid Reuters over $300 million in government contracts. 11 different Biden government agencies targeted Elon's businesses. All 11 agencies paid millions to Reuters. Reuters then won the Pulitzer Prize for their work on Elon Musk and misconduct at his businesses. In 2024, Reuters staff won the Pulitzer Prize, that's this year, for national reporting, for their work on Elon Musk and misconduct at all of his businesses. And I had been in the Reuters archives throughout the day on USA Spending, and I thought, wow, that's really expansive. It wasn't just about X, it wasn't just about SpaceX, it wasn't just about Tesla and Neuralink. It was all of Elon's companies. They targeted Elon. It was a story about Elon. I mean, imagine like right-wing media pretending not to be right-wing media and giving itself a crown award for reporting on George Soros. So I thought to myself, that looks familiar. All those different companies, SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink. That reminds me of an image that I saw earlier this year. Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink, and then being investigated by all these government agencies. So then I went into the usaspending.gov and I saw all 11, that's these yellow highlights, all 11 of these government agencies had given millions of dollars in contracts during the Biden administration to Reuters. All 11 agencies targeting Elon Musk paid millions of dollars, dig up investigative dirt on the very target they were launching government investigations into. It's almost like the Fannie Willis hiring a private prosecutor who she's also sleeping with to help with the district attorney's office prosecution. Right now, the USA Spending database goes back to 2008. They've been receiving government money since the start of the database. The Biden administration was not the first administration to fund Reuters. Reuters has been working with the intelligence community since the dawn of the Cold War. There has always been this relationship. The Trump administration paid millions and millions of dollars to Reuters, and it was a different set of agencies. It was a different set of services. And so you're going to see counter arguments that say, well, the Trump administration funded Reuters. Was Reuters working on behalf of the Trump administration? No, they wanted to tear the Trump administration down. While Reuters was getting Defense Department contracts under Trump, those same agencies were also trying to tear down Trump from the inside. And I don't think the White House was monitoring their procurements on Reuters. The Pulitzer Prize in 2017 went jointly to the Washington Post and the New York Times for their work insinuating Trump was a Putin puppet. And understand the origins of Russiagate. It started as a CIA assessment that Putin had interfered on social media to delegitimize the 2016 election, and Trump only won because Russia interfered on social media. And we know this because the Central Intelligence Agency, with classified sources and methods, made an assessment that Russian bots and trolls had interfered. Same thing, they just invalidated the election in Romania. And then the broader intelligence community ratified the CIA assessment. And then their little CIA-aligned media institutions won Pulitzer Prizes for building out the cinematic universe of the dogshit intelligence assessment, therefore validating the intelligence assessment because the New York Times and the Washington Post have provided supporting reporting. Now, mind you, that is the same relationship, just from the other side, of Reuters winning the Pulitzer Prize this year for investigating Elon Musk's empire. And what they do is they are validating from the outside the investigations going on the inside. It's the same redux from 2017. But note, in 2017, it was a Trump government. So do you say that Reuters was trying to satisfy Trump, by providing newswire coverage about how Trump should be impeached because he's a Russian puppet? No. But what you have here is the same situation as CISA. CISA happened under Trump. DHS, the Cyber Censorship Agency, CISA. That happened under Trump's watch because Trump 1.0, parked away at the White House, did not realize how bad things were inside the J. Edgar Hoover building of the FBI, inside the Harry S. Truman building of the State Department. and how inside those agencies, the procurement officers were using taxpayer money to fund the death of the administration from the inside. So it is a different thing that Reuters got contracts under Trump and got them under Biden, because while they were getting them under Trump, they were working to kill Trump, the same way CISA was, the same way the FBI was. The FBI had Trump under a special prosecutor's investigation for the first 2.5 years of his presidency. So when the FBI is contracting to Reuters, do you think Reuters is trying to do favors for the White House, or you think they're trying to do favors for the procurement officer at the FBI? Same thing for the Justice Department. Same thing for the State Department. Same thing for the Defense Department. Same thing for the IC. But I want everyone to know these counter arguments, because this is a 280-character tweet that I had to fit this into at 4 a.m. before I went to bed. I stand by it 100%. It's a fucking bombshell. There should be investigations into it. Be aware that this is the basis for an investigation, not the conclusion of one.